Psalm 27. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even mine enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. Though an host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war should rise against me, in this will I be confident. One thing have I desired of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in his temple. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me up upon a rock. And now shall mine head be lifted up above mine enemies round about me. Therefore will I offer in his tabernacle sacrifices of joy. I will sing, yea, I will sing praises unto the Lord. Hear, O Lord, when I cry with my voice. Have mercy also upon me, and answer me. When thou saidst, seek ye my face, my heart said unto thee, thy face, Lord, will I seek. Hide not thy face far from me. Put not thy servant away in anger. Thou hast been my help. Leave me not, neither forsake me, O God of my salvation. When my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take me up. Teach me thy way, O Lord, and lead me in a plain path because of mine enemies. Deliver me not over unto the will of mine enemies, for false witnesses are risen up against me, and such as breathe out cruelty. I had fainted, unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS, who rule well, teach well, being great examples to us younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds. In the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, and what I want to get into today, all right, is the American decay. All right, the American decay, wicked cultural norms. All right, because for the longest, we've been led to believe, that America, was the standard of righteousness in the earth. Okay, and at one point, America did, have a moral fabric. Okay, as they say. America, did have structure and order, with family, with dignity, with integrity. Okay, but as the elites, have gained more and more control of the government, more and more control of entertainment, music, okay, the foods, okay, what we've seen, happen, within the American society is major decay. Okay, it's a very degenerate culture. All right, and it's getting worse. Every generation is getting worse. All right, and it's being engineered by the elites. Okay, and now we're seeing, everything, be exposed. As the scriptures say, there will be a time, of great exposure. And we know that what we're seeing happening, what they put on the surface, with the Diddy's, okay, with the LeBrons and, the Jay-Z's, okay. This is just the surface of what the elites, have been doing, all right, for decades, all right? And we see these celebrities, they're nothing, but a product, okay, of that secret religion, okay, this Babylonian church called Hollywood, okay? You go into Aleister Crowley, who was heavy into the sexual magic, Okay, you're seeing Jay-Z, wear the shirt "Do as Thou Wilt" because that's where, their term come from. "Do as Thou Wilt." Aleister Crowley, which he was a very, you know, glorified, Satanist. Okay, or the elites. Okay, and at the end of the day, as our people have joined themselves, all right, to, this this Babylonian church, known as Hollywood in the entertainment and sports world. Okay, and at the end of the day, even in every industry, all right, no matter what industry you're in, you can just sell T-shirts. Well, if you get to a certain level, a certain point, you got to deal with them gatekeepers, man. Okay, and what we see is that more and more of the things that are done in secret are now becoming normalized. The things that used to be, just done in rituals and in the back. Okay, now they slowly and gradually became standard American culture. Okay, so when you read the book of Mark, chapter 4, verse 22, for there is nothing hid which shall not be manifested, neither was anything kept secret, but that it should come abroad, man. Okay, so everything is coming to the light. As Yahweh Shai, said that, hey, look, there's nothing secret. It's not going to come abroad. It's not going to be manifested. Okay, so we're seeing, and the elites want these things to manifest because they want to make this, the new world order, or should we say the new world disorder, okay, is going to be based on very satanic principles, man. Okay, that's why they infused Satanism into regular culture, man. Okay, the alphabet community, that goes back to Satanism. Anything that's a direct rebellion against Yahweh Bashim Shai is rooted in Satanism. Okay, the Lord says, "Be fruitful and multiply." All right, well, he pushes what? Baby deletions. You see, the foods they're not supposed to be eaten. He pushes it as luxury. Okay, here it is, society, is supposed to operate off the bigger picture, and betterment for the overall. Well, what does he push? Individualism. That goes into Satanism, individualism. Okay, only the Most High, all right, is worthy of worship, and He only ordained His Son to be worshipped. Anything outside of that is idolatry. Okay, and this is a society that what worships celebrities, man. Okay, so the Satanism, that was behind the scenes, okay, this devil is now bringing to the forefront, and the fact that he's exposing, these particular, characters, because he made you like him for so long, all right, worship him and love him for so long, and we was calling that too, especially, with athletes and entertainers, I know I was heavy into that, okay, but he makes you, and it's psychology, man, because he makes you like him for so long, okay, worshiping for so long, and then when they're exposed for particular things, you can relate to those things that they was doing where it's not so bad. All right, and then it becomes normal. Okay, there's a method to the madness that the devil, does, man. With his media. Okay, so I want to play a clip from this guy. I've been on him pretty tough lately, and his name is I had it pulled up. Let me pull his name. So he's Islam, but yeah, this guy here. Uh, so this guy, Shahid Boslin, okay, is a controversial figure, but has nevertheless emerged as one of the most unique and influential public intellectuals of the Muslim world. He's Islam, in which we make the disclaimer that Islam is BS as well. Okay, it's a false religion. Now people talk about the Bible, is written by men, a man-made religion. No, Islam is a man-made religion. Okay, now they have certain customs of order, okay, that are far better than Christianity. Okay, but overall, the whole religion is some BS, and they got some madness within Islam too. But you have these sincere men that are Islam, and they gravitate more to the the more family oriented, nation oriented, peace, oriented, you know, virtues of Islam. But even you go high enough in Islam, it goes to Satanism as well. Okay, just to put that disclaimer, you know. But this guy here, Sahid Boshlin, he makes a lot of points, as he analyzes and critiques, Western culture, especially here in America. Okay, so he has a take, on this Diddy thing, but he goes, further than that, and he addresses the culture as a whole. All right, so we're gonna play this, let them cook, and then some precepts, that go that and that's the beautiful thing about the scriptures. The scriptures touch on everything, you know, anything that's a truth that the scriptures speak to it. Okay, so we're gonna let this play, and we'll get precepts, as needed. All right.
Well, from the angle of social commentary or social critique, the Diddy case is quite rich. There's a lot to talk about. For me, the most interesting thing is what is demonstrated on multiple levels about the Western psyche. I mean, whether it's Weinstein or Epstein or Diddy or, say, R. Kelly or Dominique Strauss-Kahn, who everyone forgets about, the predation and the degeneracy of the super rich is always met with disingenuous shock and disgust, while simultaneously, without fail, we're also always told that everyone knew what these people were doing for years. And in fact, I think that most people do understand that this is how the super rich behave, so the shock is not genuine. But if we're being honest, the disgust isn't genuine either, because in fact, being rich enough to behave this way is precisely why many people want to be rich. The predation and the degeneracy are not peculiarities of the wealthy. The thing that makes them different is that they have the resources that enable them to do it. But for a very large percentage of people in the West, the only thing that's preventing them from behaving the same way is their comparative poverty, not their comparative piety. The rich.
So, what you see, with a lot of, people make memes and, people have, the commentary on Diddy, which they, the nigga wicked. All right, ain't no doubt about it. Okay, but the thing is, the only thing that's stopping a lot of people, from being another Diddy is their lack of resources. And the scriptures speak to that. Okay? When you go here, this is the book of Sirach, all right, chapter 19, verse 28. And it says, and if for want of power he be hindered from sinning, yet when he find an opportunity, he will do evil. So the lack of resources, because people chase money to do what? For a certain lifestyle. The main reason people are talking about chasing the bag is for lifestyle. Okay? The ability, to wild out. See, people are already so programmed to be degenerate. And this is why celebrities destroy themselves so fast, because they have the resources and the access to destroy themselves quicker than the average person. Okay? And that's how you know that the money is not the solution for our people, it's sin. Okay? Because you give, you empower, all right, a nigga with $1 million. Okay, that's the worst thing you can do. Okay? If this nigga is terrorizing the neighborhood, all right, fresh off his auntie couch, okay, with 2 pair of pants, what is this nigga gonna be capable of with $1 million, man? Okay? So the problem with Jake is not a money problem, it's a sin problem. They have a mental illness when it comes to sin, and American culture has made our people so degenerate and so violent towards one another that money is the last thing these niggas need, man. Okay? Read this in verse Sirach 20 and 21. It says, there is he that is hindered from sinning through want. Okay? So the thing that's stopping our people for just from being another Diddy is they don't have the resources and the access. Okay? Because one thing about when you operate in the flesh is never enough. You see? Because going back to chasing money, they're not chasing Jake chasing money for clout and you know, for a lifestyle. Because here it is, these niggas say they chasing money to feed their kids and do this and for their fam. But why are you throwing it in the strip club? If I'm the whole purpose of me is getting money, all right, for the sake of my family and children, why am I going to a strip club? Why am I'm buying $10,000 shoes? Okay, that wouldn't make sense. That's money that could be put up. Okay, so at the end of the day, everybody that that we see, because everybody pile up on these certain, because Esau just put these niggas out there for a distraction, okay, and to keep the heat off him and make Jake the mascot of wickedness, okay, as he's been exposed. But as these certain figures that Esau puts out there, these certain Jake celebrities, and everybody pile up on these celebrities and got to come in and this and that. But these same people, all right, still live a life that's based off wicked cultural norms. All right, it'll be a woman, okay, with her stud girlfriend talking shit about Diddy. Okay, it'll be a nigga, okay, that just came off a drill, okay, a habitual adulterer, but then he'll have, a meme about Diddy. Okay? So the whole culture is off. Okay? And people think that, okay, we attack Diddy, that gives them some type of moral high ground. Nah, man. The whole culture is off, man. Okay? And if Diddy was to get out and offer these same niggas that making memes a record deal, them niggas would take the deal. Okay? So, let's let this play some more. We'll touch on some more things.
Rich are not necessarily any worse than the rest of the people morally. Their wealth just comparative poverty, not their comparative piety. The rich are not necessarily any worse than the rest of the people morally. Their wealth just removes the constraints that restrict other people from being just as bad. I mean, if you look at popular entertainment, the sort of lifestyles that are promoted in popular entertainment and were promoted in the film and music industries by the likes of Weinstein and Diddy and R. Kelly and everyone else, that's the degenerate, debauched, hedonistic, anti-human, immoral lifestyle that they themselves were living and to which the consumers of that entertainment aspire. It's completely consistent with the mentality of colonizers and slave masters. The fantasy lifestyle for Westerners is brutal. It is to dominate, to humiliate, to exploit, abuse, subjugate, degrade, objectify, dehumanize, tyrannize, and enslave. That's the Western fantasy. It always was, and it is now, and they act upon it any chance they get. I mean, they'll prosecute these types of people, these select cases, only to absolve themselves. You know, they need to burn someone at the stake just to convince themselves that they're better than them, that they're more righteous and more moral than them, but they're not.
Yeah, because, as Diddy, just like Esau do, going back in the day, how Esau would do, these Jake artists, enslave them to these contracts, work the hell out of them, capitalize off of them. Okay? Well, there's no different than, all right, these niggas in the game, they recruit these young Jakes in their neighborhood, make it feel like they indebted, to the game. Okay? Or, Eve, all right, through the forms of, child support, enslave, a man, in the system through child support. Okay, but all these people have a comment, about Diddy. Okay, when they do the same behaviors, just on a lesser scale, because due to their lack of resources, man. Okay, that's why, as the brothers have put up, this Sirach 14:3 says, "Riches are not comely for a niggard, and what should an envious man do with money?" Okay, and that's the last thing that niggas need is money. With the mindset that our people got, that's the last thing that niggas need is money, man. Okay, that's why you have certain neighborhoods or apartments. Okay, and they have the rent sky high to deter niggas, man. Okay, certain restaurants, they have the food high to deter niggas, man. You see, because they know there's a whole a lot of Jake lack resources, man. So a lot of society put money barriers up to deter niggas, man. Okay, so it's the last thing that the masses, Jake talking about reparations. You niggas don't need no goddamn reparations, man. Okay, with the mindset, all right, and the degenerate, okay, culture that you niggas glorify, that's the last thing you niggas would need, man. Okay, and you go into a nigga, let's see if it give us some. Let's see, might have to go to the Edom. All right, nigga. Yep, it says a stingy, all right, ungenerous person. Okay, it says covetous and stingy person. Okay, and uh, 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 you know. So yeah, man, when you go into these things, at the end of the day, all right, the mindset that Jake has, money will just amplify sin amongst Jake. That's all it would do. And we see it with these few guys that Esau shovels this money to, and these guys are paid to to create these cultural norms of degeneracy, man. Because you go into cultural norms, what is a cultural norm? Cultural norms are the shared behaviors, values, and expectations that guide how people interact and behave in a society or group. They can be normal, all right, like laws and regulations, or informal, like customs and etiquette. Cultural norms can govern many aspects of life, including communication, dress, food, work, family, and life, man. Okay, and a violent, dysfunctional, adulterous, okay, counterproductive, okay, murderous, okay, cultural norms of our people, okay, will only be worsened and heightened with money. Okay, so let's let this play some more. All right, because the cultural norms of America is wicked. Like I say, there's a lot of self worship. You know, worship of money. Okay, it's about being popular. You know, being skillful is not a thing anymore. Adding true value to yourself is not a thing anymore. It's about who can be the most popular. Okay, so you go to the cultural norms, and then it gets worse. All right, because we always go into black culture as a spin-off of Western culture where it's degraded anymore. Okay, a culture full of adultery, promiscuity. Okay, murderous, theft. You see, go to the drugs, which is chemical warfare. Those are the cultural norms. Like a crackhead should never have been normalized. Okay? Women, 16, 17 with 3, 4 baby daddies, that should never have been normalized. Okay? The most, incompatible, the most, enable men. Okay, the worst of the worst men having 3 or 4 baby mothers. That's something that should never been normalized, man. Okay? But these things have become a culture to our people. You see? And it all goes back, to the curses. But how was these curses magnified, man? Through Esau, Edom. His social engineering. Okay? They framed the perspectives and the cultural norms of Jake. Okay? So where, it's damn near nothing that Jake won't do anymore, man. Things that used to be taboo, all right, have become the norm to Jake. Because even when you look at it, you will have, you just look at the entourage. Okay. Now, back in the day, say salt and pepper days. Okay, the women, they started to dress, more provocative. Just be a clique of women. Okay, then Jake was getting into gangsterism. So you have, a clique of Jake. Okay, but now, you look at the entourages now. Okay, the woman, might be in the spot. It'd be her, a stud. Okay, a straight mo. All right, it just completely, degenerated. You see? So, let's let this play some more, and we get some more precepts.
They're better than them, that they're more righteous and more moral than them, but they're not. Most of them are not. I mean, look at any music video, almost any music video, and tell me how it's not promoting the exact same lifestyle that you claim to hate Epstein and Weinstein and Diddy for. Meanwhile, those videos have hundreds of millions of views and hundreds of millions of likes, and you memorize the words of those songs. You have a problem. You can't reform yourselves. You can't reform and rehabilitate your so-called civilization by just prosecuting token offenders. Finding these people guilty doesn't make you innocent. When you made them rich and you made them famous on the very basis of the degenerate messaging that they promoted and that you devoured. You've endorsed it all along, and you endorse it now. You aspired to it then, and you aspire to it now. I mean, you literally have someone like Andrew Tate, who directly built his wealth through and for this very lifestyle, and by selling it to others how they could do the same thing and have that same lifestyle. Because this is the Western male fantasy. I mean, think about it. Everybody in this case, in the Sean Combs case, everybody wants to know about the celebrities who were at those parties. No one wants to know about the nameless, faceless executives, the obscure, pasty old men for whom those parties were undoubtedly actually arranged in the first place. The celebrities were just the draw. They were the party favors provided for those anonymous owners and controllers of global financialized capital.
And you look at it, and Drake only wants to know the nigga celebrities that's involved, on the Diddy list. They don't want to know about, like he's saying, the executives, the people, the CEO for Google. Okay, the higher executives that run Tesla and all these, these higher ups, these Edomites. Okay, which these celebrities, like he said, they're nothing but their party favors, man. Okay, you see, Jake is not interested into these Edomites that's actually behind the scenes orchestrating the madness. They just won't know the niggas that was involved for some form of gossip. Okay, but just like in Rome, all right, you will have, the owners of those gladiators, all right. Not only did they make money from fighting those gladiators, but they will prostitute those gladiators out. Okay, they will pimp them gladiators out to those rich families of Rome. where the Roman males and their wives, okay, could freak off with the gladiators, man. You know, a Roman, these rich Romans, they will buy a gladiator for their wife for the night. It's the same thing now, okay? So that's why they have to attend these parties, because all these jakes got owners, man. Okay? So it's the same thing. All right? Nothing new under the sun. But everyone, so, Jake, niggas, because niggas want to gossip because it makes them feel some form of righteousness because somebody being exposed. But meanwhile, their life is completely anti-Messiah from front to back. Okay? And they glorify these niggas for decades, man. Okay? And still glorify, all right? Because if you have a problem with, that's why, in the truth, you got to denounce everything, man. Okay? That's why, let's go here. Let's go here. Let's get 2 Corinthians 5. All right. And 17. It said, therefore, if any man be in Hamashiach, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new. You see? And as we are born in Yahushua, we take on a whole different perspective of everything, man. Really becoming a new creature. Because you can't just make memes about Demi. You can't make memes about Diddy all day. Okay? But then you got Lil Uzi Vert playing in the background. Young Thug playing in the background. Okay? You still, worship your damn self. Okay? You're still into, even if you're in Christianity, you can't put memes up about Diddy and you a damn Christian, man. You off. Okay? So a lot of people, they pile up on these certain celebrities that Esau, throws to the fire, throws under the bus, for the sake of distraction and for the sake of making what they do normal. Okay? Nah, man, that's why how shy like, nah, you really gotta look at everything different. All them niggas off, man. All that shit. You gotta denounce all that shit. Even the people that we thought, might have been sincere. We don't know what these niggas was into. Larry Hoover and, we don't know what these niggas was into, man. We don't know these niggas, man. Okay? Your favorite rapper, no, that nigga was off too, man. All them niggas off, man. The whole culture, everything about it is off. All right? And that's why you go to Romans 12 and 2. And I read this in the NLT. It says, don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let the Most High transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then you will learn to know the Most High's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect. So as we constantly separate from the behavior and the customs of this world, we begin to learn righteousness, man. And we begin to be in complete disgust for everything about this culture that we once glorified, man. Nigga culture, black culture. Okay? The American way, man. You see? And if you don't take that stance, then, you're no better than the Diddy. Okay? He just has more access to wild out. Okay? You're just limited. That's the only difference, man. So that's why the truth is about, all right, really being washed with this word, man, washing our minds, man. Their renewed way of thinking. Okay? So let's go from there. Let it play a little more.
And controllers of global financialized capital. But you want to know about the celebrities. Because even in your proclaimed disgust, you're still fantasizing. So I find the selective disgust to be performative. And that's actually useful. That's a useful thing to know. about the Western psyche and how they respond when the crimes of their society get highlighted. Because yes, in my view, these are crimes of Western society, because the individual crimes of someone like Diddy are reflective of the values and the aspirations of Western society itself. So when these crimes get highlighted, in other words, when for whatever reason, for any particular individual, these crimes are suddenly and selectively subject to accountability, there's a choir of hypocritical condemnation and outrage. Now that matters to me, for instance, in the context of the Article 6 campaign to expel the United States from the United Nations, because just like Diddy or Weinstein or whoever, just like those criminals, and just like how everyone has known about their degeneracy for years, so too everyone knows about America's crimes. And just like...
So I want to fast forward it to about the 9-minute mark. You're going to touch on some more things. Let's play from here.
Whether they have any talent or not. Just like it doesn't matter that there are so many electric cars in this economy. Profit and wealth are disconnected from actually creating or manufacturing products of value. It is unearned money. So it's the same with artists. It's the same. A singer or a rapper or what have you, it's like a Tesla. They're just a financial instrument. Their profile is the source of their profit. Their celebrity is the source of their profit. And it doesn't matter at all whether they have any talent or not. Just like it doesn't matter that there are so many electric cars on the market that are objectively superior to Tesla.
And this is why now, you see a society where degenerates, okay, have these platforms and can become rich, because it's not about talent, it's about the influence you can garner. Okay, because Esau's big, on influence, and the fact that he made, entertainment not talent based anymore when it comes to music, he can plant any degenerate, okay, to push a certain influence to, because he rewards the behavior that he wants. So the fact that you can, have a Glorilla, because Glorilla couldn't have came out in the 90s, with the MC Light and, the early Queen Latifahs. Okay, she couldn't have came out then. Okay, but she's able to come out now because the society, the cultural norms have degenerated so much, have digressed so much. Okay, so where he can put anything out now. Okay, and have them push any influence. Okay, I think Sexy Red got a lip gloss line, and one of the flavors of the lip gloss is gonorrhea. Complete madness, man. You see, but you'll ride around listening to Sexy Red and make a meme about Diddy or LeBron. Which, hey, you're all in the same boat. At least you repent. You see?
Does it matter even that electric cars anyway are already absurdities to begin with? No one cares. You only have a company so that you can have shares in that company. Making things is tertiary to the purpose of a company, just like talent and producing quality songs or performances or what have you is tertiary to the purposes of an artist or a performer. Entertainment and art have been financialized. So in other words, the people who are making the most money and who are running those sectors don't care even slightly about quality or producing anything of real artistic value. This is why you have so many celebrities that everyone wonders why on earth they are celebrities when they observably have no talent whatsoever. I mean, the most obvious example, of course, is the Kardashians, who don't even pretend to have a talent. But I mean, you can find countless others among those people who the entertainment industry tells us are the most talented people in their field, but who are painfully mediocre in reality. Well, okay, this is, in and of itself, corruption. These are people who have built wealth without building value. So it's both corruption and immaturity. It's deceitful and parasitic, and it divorces reward from merit. from work, from discipline, from worth. It's getting without deserving. So you don't go through the development process as a person or as a society that you have to go through to actually deserve reward. That's the maturation process that can actually make you appreciate the reward once you have earned it.
And you can see that even with this whole thing between, you see men and women, having these wars, all right, with these podcasts, okay? Because, hey, just like you go back to Jacob, Jacob had to earn his wives, man, all right? And how did he earn his wives? He had to learn a trade, okay? You didn't just, get the freak off in the ancient world just cause, all right? Nah, man, you had to earn, all right, to be eligible to get a wife. All right, you had to rite of passage to go through, okay, to show yourself worthy. And women had to be groomed up, all right, to be eligible to be wives, man. Okay, there was a certain expectation that came with that. And see, we live in a society where no one feels they have to earn anything, but they deserve everything. Okay, this is why you have women, okay, with all this chaos attached to her, that feels that she deserves this certain type of man. How? You didn't work for that. You didn't earn it. And I always go back, so they be mad at the snow bunnies. The snow bunnies be putting in work with them college players. Said they put in work. Said they just getting a reward for their labor. They go grind. They study these players. They study men. They spend those years with those players before those players have the money. They buy things. You see? But you have a society when it comes to Jake. Okay? You have niggas with no skills, but say he's above working at, a plant. Nigga has no skills whatsoever, but he'll tell you he's above working at a plant. Okay? He gonna go hit a lick. Okay? And he go hit a lick, go get 10 years with a $0 net worth. Okay? But that's the entitlement that this culture, has produced, to a worthless people. The most worthless people ever been produced on the planet Earth, all right, is in modern America. And they feel that they deserve every goddamn thing. Okay? So let this play.
The maturation process that gives you integrity. Because unearned reward is just the other side of the coin of unaccountability. If you can have unearned reward, then you will also feel that you should not have earned punishment. These are the two sides of the same attitude. Because you gained your wealth and your fame and so on outside the traditional framework of merit, hard work, and talent, so you will also feel that you exist outside the framework of accountability in terms of your wrongdoing. You're someone for whom the rules do not apply, because if the rules applied, well, then you wouldn't even be rich and famous, because you don't deserve that, and you haven't earned that by producing value. So you think that the rules don't apply either to your merit or to your demerit. This is very, very Western. So now you have people controlling incredibly influential cultural sectors who don't care in the least about producing quality. These people give you the soundtrack, the reference points, the lexicon, the standards, the style, the attitude, the perspective, the personality, the ambiance that pervades your whole society and culture. These degenerate, deranged, deceitful, diabolical people are like the cinematographers who set the framing of your view of the world. They're the filter of popular culture that's placed over the lens through which you see reality, and it's a very dark and very warped lens. But again, this is your so-called civilization. You have this thing now, going around now, I've seen it online, that people openly talk about, what they call yachting, which is nothing but celebrities and models and actors, singers, what have you, literally being paid to fornicate with wealthy men on yachts, basically floating Diddy parties. And no one's offended, no one is outraged. Somehow for you, this is not disgusting. Because the lottery mentality of the West, you all hope to one day be one of those rich men on one of those yachts. Because you just take it as a given that this is the sort of thing that the rich get up to. And the only reason you don't get up to the same kind of debauchery and the same kind of predation as the rich is just because your finances prevent you. Not your morality, your finances. I mean, do you see how this looks to a Muslim? I mean, we see your social media platforms, Instagram, X, what have you, Facebook. These are largely being used just as delivery platforms, directing people to OnlyFans accounts or bookings for prostitutes. Your whole popular culture hypersexualizes women, glorifies violence, condones prostitution, promiscuity, drug use, drinking, pimping, gangsterism, and crime. And then you clutch your pearls in shock and disgust when one of you gets caught doing in real life what you always promoted in your songs and videos and movies. When you get caught acting in real life the same way that you acted on screen. When you get caught living the lifestyle that all of you tell each other is living the dream. Well, it looks to a Muslim like the only thing that you're actually offended about or outraged about is the getting caught part. But then, like I said, you just use those opportunities as a chance to pretend to be disgusted by the behavior of people whom you made rich because they promoted that same behavior in their songs and movies and videos. I mean, why weren't you disgusted by it when it was put to a beat? Why, if Diddy had released tapes of his parties in the form of music videos, his net worth would have tripled, and he probably would have gotten a VMA award. Because the fact is, you approve of all this. You aspire to it. And in fact, that degenerate lifestyle, that predation, and that debauchery with impunity is actually the American dream. It's the colonizer, slave master, Western imperialist dream. And you know, for anyone who's over there in the States or in the West who genuinely, truly does feel disgusted and outraged over this kind of thing, because I know there are some of you, all I can say is, you know how they talk about situational awareness? You know, having that awareness of your surroundings and what's going.
So yeah, he he breaks it down, man. You know, and I say the same thing that these people make jokes about. You know, their day-to-day life mimics. Okay, these celebrities just on a lesser level. Okay, their weekends, you know, are just lesser Diddy parties. Okay, so let's get a few more. All right, well, this is what this devil has done. You know, with his rulership. You know, and this is why this man has to be removed from power. You know, when you go to the book of Psalms, chapter 12, in verse 7, it says 12 and 8, it says, the wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. Okay, you read this in NLT, it says, even though the wicked strut about and evil is praised throughout the land. Okay, so as we have the most vile heathen in rulership, he exalts the vilest thing. And people walk around proudly in their wickedness, man. Okay, people walk in proud in their degeneracy, man. You know, niggas sag to their knees now. Okay, well, a woman is pretty much naked. Okay, the alphabet community are the loudest people in the rooms. The most outspoken people in the rooms. Okay, under this man's leadership. And this is why the Lord just has great destruction. This is why America gonna be a desert. You see? Because of how vile it is, man. Let's go here. Let's get Ecclesiastes. And these are, you know, we're constantly, we're, you know, awaiting these prophecies, man. It's just more and more madness. And, you know, we just get another perspective, you know, of the cultural norms of America, man. And the false liberties as well. This is Ecclesiastes 10, and I started at 5. All right, and I read this in the NLT. It said, "There's another evil I seen under the sun. Kings and rulers make a grave mistake when they give great authority to foolish people and low positions to people of proven worth, man." Okay? And this is a society, okay, where being righteous, you finish last. Okay? Like I say, Esau rewards the behavior that he wants, and he wants degeneracy, man. Especially when it comes to being the face of Jake, you know. He wants our people, all right, when it comes to the celebrities and these icons that our people worship, okay, he puts the most degenerate that he can find. Okay? This is what the rulers of this world does. Okay? And they give great authority, all right, to the most vilest people. You see, from the entertainers to politicians. Okay? They all have to go through these rituals so they know that they can be trusted, man. Okay? And when you do those rituals, that's a form of control. You see? But the people of proven worth, all right, are ridiculed and mocked in this society, man. Integrity is mockery, man. Honesty is mockery in this society, man. Okay? Having patience, okay? Discipline, these things are mocked. Okay? And this is why the Lord is just gonna bring great judgment, man. Matter of fact, let's get this and we get ready to close it out. This is Rock 15. Nah, it's second Ezra, so like it's second Ezra 15. And all right, the second Ezra 15:5. It says, "Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled," man. This is why the Lord is finna bring all this, man. Because of the wickedness that has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. And the source, the facilitator of wickedness is America, man. Popular American culture is the facilitator of all the wickedness that goes on in the earth, man. You know, the wickedness that we see in the earth is people imitating, the masses imitating American popular culture, man. Okay? But this place, all right, and the behavior that it exemplifies throughout the earth, man. The Lord is finna bring judgments to the world, man. It's gonna be a global famine, global death, okay? And that sword, which is the civil unrest leading all the way up until the nukes. That's the ultimate sword, okay? That's coming to America, all right? It's gonna clear this place out, man. Okay? So as we're watching, man, the cultural norms, they only get worse. The wicked cultural norms, in the West, especially in America, they only get worse, man. All right. So that was the point, Lord will you brothers. All right, and you sisters edified. Once again, I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to the younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.